Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay. So on the south side as the Purple Lightning Drake, we've got JettoBeeer. On the north side as the Orange Star Kindle, we've got StarFlash250. Let's go ahead and get started. Both players do start for recon near the airport. Both players have 3 bases, 2 right next to each other, one in which is despicably neutral. Both players do start with a basic black boat on top of a neutral seaport. My apologies for taking a quick drink. You may have heard my drink pop a little bit. Recon deployed in the field. There's also a pair of compounds in the corner. They are contestable, but they're pretty safe to capture for one of the players. More recons being pulled in the field, so it's like Kindle's going for double recon, which could be quite nice. Kindle is also known for good retaliation, get plus 40% firepower from attacking from urbanized terrain. So it always, we also got a base skip here by Drake to get out that tank as soon as he can. I always view Kindle as a retaliation CO. Basically put, if you have, say, infantry unit on top of the city, gets hit by another infantry unit, you pull back the infantry, put another infantry unit on there, and retaliate for plus 40% firepower. Plus, Urban Blight is a great way to provide some more retaliation, break a damaged unit on top of the property, and then get on top of the property and project sort of from that property. Kindle's also definitely a fun, interesting CO, I would say. A lot more thinking goes involved playing as and against Kindle, in my opinion. You have now a tank deployment by Kindle. Drake did go for a base skip from early tank, which could provide dividends. After all, we do see double recon rush. May just try to join and capture there. Good shots there, but I think that tank recon's in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that recon is in range. And the recon goes down. Drake, of course, he has horrible aircraft, some minus 30% firepower on his air units. So his battlecraft is something you really should avoid, though his ground units are completely and utterly ordinary. Both players capturing their airport now. Kindle has gone for more tanks, so is Drake. Does not take out that recon. Does take out that recon there. Does not interrupt the capture there. Maybe better to try to interrupt it. Tank for recon infantry. There are a lot of property captures there. 18,000 versus 17,000. Tank infantry. Takes out that infantry unit there. 4 health infantry unit at least on top. Gives a good strike there. I just realized something as well. That artillery struck the infantry unit, but I think the lack of vision range prevented the artillery from striking the tank there. Well, didn't it? Big misplay there, but at least interrupts the capture, which I don't think there's anything nearby which would do that. I was probably take out the tank rather than trying to take out the infantry unit there. Does take it out, but artillery's in range of both of them. Of course, just need a little minor spotting there. The infantry unit could go in, pick it off, then spot both of them. I think that would be a good placement there. He knows where the tanks are at, or she knows. Hit the 3 health infantry unit with the 5 health, and there would be good spotting. Does do it with the full health. Artillery strikes with 2 health or 9 health tank, now 2 health. Spots the artillery there. Recon finished off there, allows the tank a clear path to it. Do have an Urban Blight. Could deploy it out. Has visioned the battlecopter. Yeah, we have to just strike the battlecopter with the Urban Blight just to wound a Drake, and he can't have even 9 health battlecopter in the field. His battlecopters suck. Kindle has a comm tower and has vision the other one, so this if he even just put 1 point of damage onto that battlecopter, it'd be even worse than it is. Urban Blight deployed on the end of the turn, strikes the battlecopter and anti-air, so some infantry units there. Another infantry unit here got blighted. And this one here as well. That was actually a very good Urban Blight. Interrupts capture. And Drake only has 50, or nearly 16,000 income. Has 19,000 income. May had a bit of money there. Oops. Looks like 800 money there. Yeah, so looks like spent about 3,000 funds there. Tank on tank. More tank on tank. Could see a tsunami this turn. Kindle's turn. Don't see any booster strike from urbanized property other than taking up the 2 off tank and then taking a 9 health entry. Possible something could be done there, but unlikely. Good trade there. Looks like Kindle's getting some great work done on these tanks. There's of course a full health tank here by Drake. Kindle says to be careful of. Artillery moves right there. Could have moved right here, I think. There's a tank nearby, so probably not a good idea. Battlecopter, infantry, tank, infantry. Drake's turn. There's getting a lot of good hits there. Seaport has been fully claimed up here, as well as down here. 10 capture progress remaining. Pulls back that unit there. I need to get this infantry prep to hit this guy here. Just need to push forward that 4 health infantry for a bit of spotting once again. Infantry tried to machine gun down the tank unsuccessfully. Tank on tank. And we've got full tsunami now available. Infantry unit does not finish off that tank. Infantry unit does finish off that tank there. 2 health infantry unit trying to start the capture there. It'll be at 1% health by the start of it in the next turn. Advanced Wars by Web. It is a web version of Advanced Wars. You may recognize Advanced Wars from the Game Boy Advance as well as Nintendo DS. Full superpower now deployed in the field, doing 2 damage global. Cut half his opponent's fuel as well. Let's get a good strike there. Recon does strike the infantry unit there. Good tank strike there. We do have an Urban Blight available. Tank heading up north. Tank heading up north. And Recon does not get struck there, but will be in visionary, so this battle can go forward, get a good strike there. That's because I actually have a mustache in real life. Though I do need to shave off my beard. I tend to be a little bit lazy trying to shave off my beard. One of those people. Oh, Urban Blight summoned as well. Doing some global damage. Does strike the battlecopter, the anti-air, and some infantry units here. It does strike this infantry unit. And some stuff over here as well. Artillery does strike the Recon, and the battlecopter does get a good hit there. Unable to get a booster strike off from it. Tank, Recon, tank. Kindle does end her turn of 98,000 field. Drake starts turn of 108, just 83. So they're pretty even at the moment. Tank does strike the tank. Recon as well. Pick up some outlying infantry unit there. Battlecopter likely to be struck by this anti-air. Get some good damage done. Tanks rotating around. Bit of resupply there. Battlecopter will strike the recon. Oh, enjoy. Recon infantry tank. Tank will strike the recon there. Anti-air will strike the tank. And tank on recon. Tank infantry. Drake does start turn with 112, 200. Yeah, cannot speak. 24,000, so he could go for a Neo tank this turn. Good strikes there. Does hit the artillery. Lots of good strikes there. Kindle's one disintegrate in the center. The artillery only has 2 health at the moment. There is Neo tank, double infantry. Dragon's turn of 110,000. Kindle starts turn of 78. Nothing too. So she's falling quite behind. And the longer the game goes on, more likely Drake will pull out a victory. Booster strike there on the anti-air. Or still got anti-airs nearby to strike the battle coppers. Good strike there. Drake can always summon another tsunami to whittle down more fuel of these units. Or I could simply take a look at the battle copter, see how much fuel it has. But at least it can't just let it try to follow the sky due to lack of fuel, because it's still in range of everything. Tank infantry. Excuse me, tank infantry. And decides to knock over Urban Blight this turn. Though an Urban Blight would be very good against the Neo tank, but of course Fog of War. Battlecopter, oh, recon tank as well. Battlecopter's making his left, but isn't vision the recon, so Kindle does see it coming. Booster strike there. Has some troops down south. She does also have 2 comm towers I forgot to mention, which is very significant. Means she has 20% firepower global. And flip some properties there. They have equal income to the moment, so flipping more properties would make the game more in favor of Kindle. But she does, of course, have less on the field at the moment. Well, right now the margin is quite small. Effectively, she's behind about 1 turn. Does get some good strikes there. Battlecopter. Recon tank infantry. Get some good strikes down south. Nice boosted strike there. Still does not spot the Neo tank, which is very important. So Neo tank will roll on up. But the problem is, Neo tank should probably strike this one on the road and stay away from the city. Could strike this one on the missile silo platform, because if there is a boosted strike from a city on the Neo tank, even rubber tank could really hurt it. Tank recon. Recon does get spotted there. Battlecopter gets a strike there. Neo tank does go for safe engagement as I recommended. Black Bow has some fuel, gotta be very careful. It consumes what, 1 fuel a day? Nice superpower. Actually, I was saying be careful, but now the Black Boat has not enough fuel to get back to port, let alone after the day fuel, because it will consume 1 fuel per turn, so it has 3 fuel remaining, so cannot reach harbor. It will sink. High Society now available. Good shots there. The battlecopter could be engaged by other battlecopters. And with this city here, could allow a great boost strike there from High Society. I guess we'll wait and see. Instant 113. Kindle starts turn with 94. And we got the full superpower. 23 properties. So that is plus 69% additional firepower global. Plus 2 comm towers, and among other things. She has turbocharged power units, to say the least. Does get trapped there. The brain does blind her a little bit. Tank hits tank there. Tank takes time to hit that tank. I think she could have tried clearing it out with a battle copter, then hit the tank for a boost strike down there. But does take it out there. Battle copter takes time to strike there on the Neo tank. These battle copters getting a little bit low in fuel. Decides to refuel the recon. Has 2 fuel remaining. Next turn, it can probably take time to go this tile here and repair this battle copter. A lot of good hits there. The artillery could of course range this tank there, then maybe finish off with another unit and can boost off onto this anti-air. Tank infantry. Insert for 116,000. Kindle starts turn for 83. The recon does strike the infantry in there. Tries to flip that property. Artillery does soften up. Battle copter strikes Neo tank. That's the last piece of fuel it has. Resupplies a battle copter. Gets another good strike there. Tank strikes the tank. 2 off tank will finish it off. 12 tank has a massive boost strike to take out the anti-air. Anti-air strikes recon. Tank finish off recon. Artillery tank. Insert for 102. Drake starts from 89. Drake is still ahead by a small margin. Battlecopter does get shot down. Another Neo tank infantry. Black Bolt has been sunk. 113 versus 84. Does get the shot there. Tank hits infantry unit there. Tsunami now available. Full health artillery pushes its way forward. Nothing too significant. Battlecopter, tank, infantry. Tanks getting hit there. Nothing much left here. The battlecopter will likely take time to finish off the Neo tank. Where's that other Neo tank push way forward? Kindle's turn. Battlecopter will finish off the Neo tank. 23 fuel remaining. Double artillery tank. Both players have 21,000 income. Drake is still ahead by 1 turn. Another Neo tank. Battlecopter's a nice booster strike there. Does push forward into the range of the Neo tank. Of course, the Neo tank is in a forest, so it's not spotted. Recon gets a strike there. Finish off the infantry there. Kindle still has both comm towers, and we do have another Tsunami available, or Typhoon. Oh, what? That recon is still there. She has not cleaned up that recon just yet. And she goes a bomber within vision range. Goes for a triple base skip into bomber into brave the storm. I have no idea if that was a good idea. I'm leaning towards not. Though some of the wounded artillery could be going over here with a basic infantry spotter to start slowly dealing with that recon. I wonder if she forgot about that recon there. Anti-air recon tank. I just had to double check something over here. Battlecopter just goes with a scouting run. Bomber advancing. Strike does have some anti-airs for defense. He could go for fighters to engage, or spam out his powers in order to really reduce the fuel of the bomber. Recon infantry tank. Ends at 107, directs us around 138. Another anti-air spotted. Gonna send those tanks. High society now available. Does strike the artillery. Another Neo tank. Let's see, high society, or is it going to be urban blight? Right now, I'm somewhat partially thinking urban blight, but she does go for high society, and it should be another plus 69% if I remember incorrectly. Yep, another plus 169, another 69%. Battlecopter strikes a tank there, knocks it out. Recon or anti-air strikes the infantry unit there. Tank strikes anti-air. Bomber takes frees up that unit there, so now this tank hit this tank here. And this would do approximately plus 200% damage. This should be at least 150. 162. Tank recon anti-air. Anti-air is right here, out of range of the bomber. And looks like she's now, Drake's now trying to interrupt the capture there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, the 4 infantry's away, preventing the capture being interrupted. So Drake will get the comm tower next turn. Finally. Neo tank strikes tank. Charging forward, has to be careful. Any Drake anti-airs for that bomber. May want to move the bomber last. Try to get something spotting. The anti-air is in open ground, so just move the infantry unit down south 2 tiles. Will spot it. Artillery striking the tanks. Force recon would not interrupt the capture. Bomber strikes Neo tank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of range of the anti-air. Force pretty close to another Typhoon. Tank recon infantry. And another battlecopter. Battlecopter, tank, infantry. Tsunami or Typhoon's now available. Booster strike there. Merge some of the artillery together. Bomber strikes a Neo tank, does spot the anti-air, which probably should honestly send the 5 health tank to hit the anti-air, honestly. Needs to intercept the anti-air, decides to do it with the anti-air. Anti-air also intercepts the anti-air. 4 health, it will greatly reduce at least. Both players have 1 comm tower now though. Tank, infantry, battlecopter. Looks like this recon may be struck. Just use this battlecopter to strike it from here. And there's a full Tsunami or Typhoon. Always get those 2 abilities mixed up. 4 health anti-air does strike the bomber, knocks it down to 5 health. Neo tank right there. This could be a time for an urban blight, not a high society, to wound that Neo tank by 3 health. has trapped the bomber, at least from this side. Triple tanks. Bombs should have did it reply, I think, to get some power charge first. The bomb would be more effective if it attacked second. But I think Kindle wanted the extra power charge. When the artillery could be moved into this woods there for extra protection. Decides to pull back the artillery entirely. Battlecopter, infantry. Ends around 91,000. Drake starts from 90,000, so looks Drake is ahead by about a turn. Of course, had to pay a decent amount in repairs for all those tanks and Neo-Tank. Anti-air will finish off Bomber. It definitely paid for itself because it took out, like, what, 2.5 Neo-Tanks? Anti-air will strike Battlecopter. Anti-air tank infantry. 5,000 funds in the bank, so maybe I have something a bit heavier next turn, like a bomber or Neo tank of our own. Recon or anti-air infantry tank. Tanks engaging the tank and trying to push more infantry to the right flank, trying to seize this con tower. Recon, infantry, and battlecopter. Infantry unit does get hit there. Neo tank strikes tank. And 1 health tank as well. 9 health tank does finish it off. Trying to flip some properties. Does strike the artillery before it strikes the Neo tank, and the tank will finish it off there. Lots of battlecopters in the region. Great damage there. I don't think it's going to be high society, but an Urban Blight to strike that Neo tank would be quite nice. In fact, with our Castle Vision, we know it would be also pretty effective hitting the Neo tank. Does pop an Urban Blight. Artillery strikes tank with a boosted damager, because that'll be plus 80%, minus 40% health. Strikes a tank there, or Neo tank. Tank hits a recon. Tank on tank. Recon strikes infantry. A tsunami is now available. He may pop it as game starts going on. His power and super powers cost a bit more. Right now, High Society actually costs more than a Typhoon. She popped a lot of Urban Blights so far this game. Does decide to pop the Tsunami, which also whittles down some of the fuel of everything. Battlecopter, tank, infantry. Both prices 21,000. Of course, 1 capture progress there. Another counterattack in the center, takes out the battlecopter there. Neo tank heading down south. We'll strike the infantry unit there. Artillery strikes Black Boat. Tank, infantry. So this infantry unit has 1 capture progress remaining, so I don't think this tank can interrupt. Anti-air and tank pushing too far forward into everything. Artillery can finish off the 3 health tank. Tank. Ends for 109. Kindle starts for 102. They're pretty even. Drake has a slight advantage. Takes some hits there. Anti-air will strike anti-air. Battlecopter strikes tank. And strikes tank once again. Oh, the battlecopter just used up every single piece of fuel, so she just sacked the battlecopter. No battlecopter merge onto it. 5 health, so that's going to be 4,500 funds of value falling out the sky. Neo tank does strike tank there. Does push forward in range of this Neo tank, but at least has some body block in front of it, as well as staying out of vision. Interrupts the capture there. I don't think it's going to be interrupted any further. Drake should just continue capturing probably. I'm take time to finish it off. An Urban Blight, however, could even out a little bit. Urban Blight's not available, so maybe a good idea to finish off the infantry before the... Yeah, finish it off together because the Urban Blight was probably the best call. Since he'll go from 7 health down to 4 health, and a 3 health infantry in there. And looks like Drake ends the turn by deploying quadruple end transport and has resigned. This Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.